Today, we're going to be talking about the publication Nature Climate Change on the article The Price of Fast Fashion, written by Nature Climate Change. This was published in January 2018 and updated February 2018. And this shows that this publication constantly updates their articles, and this is a good sign. So let's look at their editors for a bit since they've been writing these articles. As you can see, they have a small team, yet each of them have a unique background and have a lot to bring to the team. So let's look at the first editor, the chief editor, Bronwyn Wake. So a little about her, she has handled research manuscripts and review and opinion articles across the entire breadth of physical climate sciences. The marine and aquatic environment and interdisciplinary articles integrating natural and social science disciplines in the context of climate and global environmental change. So a little about her. So this article in general discusses the surprisingly rapid changes to the fast fashion industry, which in turn is now impacting the environment. So if we look at this paragraph and quote, most people look to air travel or day-to-day activities when thinking about their carbon footprint. One area that is often overlooked is fast fashion and consumerism culture. And as the quote says, it has been estimated that there are 20 new garments manufactured per person each year, and we're buying 60% more than we were in 2000. With buying more, that means older garments people use are being thrown out. This causes a negative feedback loop. As we buy more clothing and throw away old clothing, this allows corporations to create more products, meaning more manufacturing emissions. This negative feedback loop will keep getting worse, and people are going to be consuming more clothing products. This combination of factors is expected to result in a tripling of resources consumption by 2050. This would also mean tripling factory emissions, tripling the amount of products needed, and tripling the amount of clothing waste. With polyester becoming more common these days, cotton is now falling behind these synthetic materials. For polyester and other synthetic materials, the emissions for production are much higher and they're produced from fossil fuels such as crude oil. While it's important to understand synthetic materials are making much more pollutants, the production of cotton has a greater impact on land and water. Now, if we go down, so there are initiatives in place currently to reduce the impact that fast fashion has. And not only are there initiatives, but there has been a slow push to return to slow fashion again. This means high quality garments with higher product life. For example, the recent report from the Ellen MacArthur Foundation advocates for a shift to circular economy, where the value of products and materials is maintained for as long as possible and waste and resource use is minimized. If we combine both minimizing negative environmental impacts and slow fashion, this will create a sustainable industry. And the authors of this article end with this. There needs to be action at all levels, from individuals to big corporations, and from local to international governments, as only by working together and changing behaviors will we see results. An example of what people could do at all levels is to look at hemp as a possible alternative. Hemp is a sustainable alternative that doesn't use quite as many resources as synthetic materials, for example. On a personal level, we could find brands or clothing in general that are made from hemp. While on a bigger scale, companies could make clothing out of hemp rather than their other unsustainable products.